Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trade setup for today. So starting off on the daily, I just want to get these different levels in. That's the one we're worried about there. So you can see how we've come down. Yesterday we had a green day, so we've ended up in a green bar, but this, what I've drawn these two levels into me is right now the range that we're in. We need to break above 12438, and if we do get a break above that, I'd be inclined to believe that we have potential for a second move to 12,775. Okay, so basically what we can see here is continuation diversions on the daily. There's a low, higher low, low, lower low. Okay, so that is continuation diversion. In other words, carry on in the trend in the direction you were moving, and we were moving up. So if we take it down to the 3 hour, don't really have any diversions here, but what we do have is a bit of a breakout. So just delete that, and that breakout is pretty much right there. Okay, so you can see how we've broken out. We've got a bit of indecision on the 3 hours. You can see this long tail here with the buyer stepping in and then indecision. But we also have this long tail to the upside. So hence, I can actually just pull that line up down a bit. Levels to the upside is 12,433, and our levels to the downside, just make that a little bit bigger, are 12,300. Okay, so that's our range currently. Ideally, I'd like to see a bit of a pullback to come and test a breakout, either a breakout of these moving averages, or alternatively, just a breakout retest of one of these fractals. So either this one. I wouldn't really worry about this fractal here at the moment. I think these are more prominent right now. So I'd like to see pullback back. It will test the moving average breakout, and then we'll be able to move up. So let's do the hour. Quite a volatile day yesterday. See, big up, massive down, then big up again. So we are confused. So for me, we kind of stuck in this trend, but sorry, not trend, but a range. But what I do see though is a potential at the moment for a breakout to the upside. Okay, so the trend has changed. If you look at the moving averages, we have got through the 1 hour 200 EMA. So what we want to see is, I need to see some kind of a retest. So just got to find what that retest is, and you can watch them carefully. I mean, there's a breakout. You can see how we flirted with it here and then broke out. So a retest of this breakout would also be an area of looking for longs. Okay, so that being said, this is a 100-point move. So it's a bit wide for a stop, but that would be the most logical thing. Stop below this level here of 12,300. So I'd even go 12,380 or something like that. That's my stop level, and then I'm looking for an entry long. As soon as we get through 12,433, that would give us confidence that we can keep trading to the upside, wait for the first pullback, add to our position, move our stop up, and then we should be pretty well established. Okay, so for me right now, I'm looking for entries long. Wasn't quite prepared to take one at 12,300 because we touched it so many times. There was a 50-50 chance of it actually breaking through. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. What I do want to do though is just move across to the ichimoku, and you can see in the hour we are in the cloud at the moment. So that's always an indication that there's always there's always a potential that we can actually touch the top of the cloud and bounce back down again. Okay, so normally what you want to see is a breakout of the cloud, pull back, test the cloud, and then move on. And this is on the hour. This will give me the early warning that I'm looking for, that a trend change has happened. Okay, at this stage, trend is still down, although we have 1, 2, 3 bullish signals. Okay, Chiku span is through. We've got a crossover here of Kijinson and Tegenson, and we've got a twist in the cloud. Right? Only challenge is that my oscillators group the upside, indicating that we should expect a bit of a bounce back, which is possible. And we could even come back to test Kijinson. Okay, so if we just look at the 4 hour, you can see trend is still down. Okay, so if I'm trading the 4 hour chart, what I'd be looking for is a move to this area and then a bounce back down to the downside. Okay, but because we had this massively strong move to the upside, we've had a deep retracement, and it's looking like we're breaking fractal levels at the moment. There's a 4 hour fractal level we've broken through. I'll use that. So there is potential, and we've broken a trend line. So there is potential for a change in direction. Okay, but 4 hour is still the downside, whereas the daily is bouncing off Kijinson. Okay, so the daily's trend is very strong as well. So that to me is indicating that my bias should be to the upside, and I'm looking for a reason to get long. Okay, so basically what I'm looking for is any kind of pullback, and look for it on the lower time frames. Let's get rid of the ichimoku. So if we look at the 12 minutes or the 15 minute, you can see there's not much of an entry at the moment. So I want to see some kind of a pullback before being able to get long. Okay, so another way of looking at this right now, but just be wary of it, because you could get stuck on the wrong side of this. So keep your stop below this fractal, 13,360, and at the open, or what are we sitting at the moment? We are sitting right now flat, okay, 12,390. So at the open, and that's the proper open, not the futures open. Wait for European open, wait for the pullback. Could we come to test this area here? So we could just bounce off 12,400, or alternatively a little bit deeper, somewhere off this area here, which probably looks most likely 12,390. Then have your stop below 12,360, make it 12,350, and you're looking for an entry to the long side. Okay, so that's kind of my view for that moment. I'm looking for longs, just being a little bit cautious because of the volatility we've had the last couple of days, last 3 days. See how big falls have been, how big the rallies have been, and it's been very volatile, lots of indecision here. But this, looking at what's happened here, this could be the buyer stepping in now. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.